Coming up on BYU basketball with Mark Pope, the Cougs are coming off a road split as they return home for 2 games at the Marriott Center. The back half of BYU's Big 12 slate starts with K-State on Saturday. And we're looking ahead to that with the coach and Atiki coming up next on BYUtv and ESPN+.
BYU basketball with Mark Pope, presented by Siegfried and Jensen, helping Utah families for over 30 years.
All right. Good evening once again, Cougar Nation. Hello to you all here in Studio C. Welcome back inside Studio C at the BYU Broadcasting Building on the BYU campus in Provo, Utah. This is your weekly vibe check, as the kids say, on the BYU men's basketball program. Always good to be with fans in our studio audience, and we thank you for tuning in live and on demand via the BYU TV and BYU radio apps and ESPN+. Coming up on this evening's show, we will look back on road games at West Virginia and Oklahoma. Deep Blue will profile Trevin Nell. Atiki will join us live in studio. We'll have game night featuring Atiki and a special guest. We'll have a weekly Q&A segment here in studio, some BYU basketball trivia, and we'll preview Saturday's home game against Kansas State. To get the show underway, we bring in the guy who just coached his 150th game as BYU's bench boss. Please welcome back into Studio C, the head coach of your BYU basketball Cougars, the one, the only, Mark Pope. Hello, my friend.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
You know, I rarely go back and look at this, but I always wonder how it looks every week to have big guy hugging little guy when you start the show. Does it look okay? Does it look all right? I feel kind of funny sometimes.
Good couple.
with great heads of hair.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, I just mentioned you coached your 150th game at BYU this last Tuesday, two nights ago. It's a lot of games.
It's a lot of games.
Many more to come.
We're super blessed, man, to be able to do that. Come on.
I know. Let's go, as you say. Every game of basketball begins with an opening tip. And here on this show, what I do now is the equivalent of tossing the ball up. And as we do so at the start of every show, we ask this question. What's on Mark's mind?
I love it.
Isn't it great?
It's so good.
You wait for the laughter to kind of slowly build.
Yes.
It never gets too big, but just kind of slowly, just kind of simmers there.
It's just a happy.
Yeah.
It's happy.
It's a contented. Yeah.
We say this every time, but who's the artist? The artist.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, that we all love so much. This is like just reeking of Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
This is like a tribute to the legacy of Bob Ross.
An homage, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should paint on here sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm supposed to say something.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a lot on my mind.
Ideally.
First, I don't know if we can get Shay. Shay, can you stand up? Please stand up, yes.
So
Shay
Pope is sporting a Travis Kelce jersey.
So will you turn around for us? We don't have, oh, yeah, there we go. Yep.
We got her, yep.
Yes. Okay, turn back around. So Shay's fit is fire, right? Yes, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And really, who doesn't love Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? Like, how can you not?
America's sweethearts.
They're America's sweethearts.
Yeah.
But apparently Shay ran into a bunch of controversy today at school as she was representing, these great people.
The drip caused some issues today?
Yep, I got a text that there was some bullying going on, the soft bullying by some San Francisco 49er fans. I heard that she walked into Maggleby's for lunch. Is that true? And got soundly booed.
Wow.
And mostly because she was supposed to be in school. Is that true? Yeah. But
what she needed was some Swifties to have her back in that moment.
Yeah, where were the Swifties? Are they in hiding? Anyway, I love it. It's Super Bowl weekend. And so today, to start practice, we broke out the football.
I did see that today.
And it was actually phenomenal.
It looked like an actual, there was a game being played here. This wasn't just chucking it around. There were objectives today.
It was actually a beautiful way to warm up, so we're all feeling football fever. It's this Sunday, isn't it, coming up?
Yeah, Super Bowl Sundays this weekend.
Good.
Yeah.
I got nervous all of a sudden.
Yeah, it is this week. Of course, our beloved AD,
yes,
Tom Holmoe, would have been one of the people booing her today.
He would have been bullying you, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He won rings with the Niners. You can't blame him, you know?
That's true.
But then again, we love Big Red, we love Andy Reid, we love the Chiefs. There's a lot of reasons to support both teams.
We do. It just is a joyous day. So that's number one.
Okay.
I thought that was spectacular.
Take care of the football. Good.
Number two is, so I'm talking to Leanne because I really only do what she says. And she's like, hey, for the intro, you should talk about last Sunday in Norman, Oklahoma, the guys' fireside. So I'm going to do this as briefly as I can, but I thought it was spectacular. So we don't travel over Sundays very often, thankfully, because just the way the schedule works out. But a couple times this year we will. And so we had the opportunity to actually attend church in
Morgantown,
West Virginia, then jumped on a plane and then got to do a fireside in Norman, Oklahoma, which was super cool. People had traveled there from literally hundreds of miles away to come to this. And I'm telling you a couple of things that are really special. So winning matters. Like, we're in the business of winning. Like, that is our job, and it is important. It's massively, massively important. We spend countless hours and blood, sweat, and tears to win, and that matters. And the guys are doing a whole ton of it this year, and it's really great. And that I can't overstate how important that is. And at some point, that's going to all fade away, and what we're going to have left is like what these incredible guys are doing. So just a couple of inside stories just for this group that's here. And if anyone's watching.
Everyone else out there.
Yeah.
Right.
So we jump on the bus. We don't really have an itinerary. It was optional for the guys to go. We had basically the whole crew there. And so I'm like, hey, does anybody want to talk? And so I thought maybe I'd have one guy. Lee and I were like, Lee was like, if no one does it, I'll jump in, which she would actually be the best speaker. And so by the time we finish a 15-minute bus ride, we have 8 people that have said, you know what, I'd like to go share just my thoughts on the Savior and the good news and life and our team in general, whatever. So we have the meeting, and the guys are kind of getting up one after the other. And Dallin Hall was going to be our last speaker. We saw that great picture of Dallin. Mm-hmm. And then Dallin gets a text right before he's supposed to go up because another player, actually a 9th player, wants to get up and say something. And then that happened 2 more times. And eventually we had 11 people stand up and kind of, it was, I guess, 12 total, and share messages about faith and team and the good news of the gospel and the Savior. And it was awesome. And that stuff actually lasts forever. The guys and how they're trying to represent this university. And furthermore, how many people do we have that just are like, yeah, we got a 15-minute bus ride, so let me scramble a 5-minute talk to prepare, and we had everybody on the team do it. I'm just like, man, we're really blessed to be here at BYU and do what we do because winning is everything except for the most important thing, and we get to do that here too, and that's pretty special. I'm really grateful for that.
And I saw afterward a chance for the guys to meet some of those who attended, hit the Culture Hall for a quick look around there as well, and just a super special Sunday night for you guys.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Guys, Richie Saunders began by retelling his first start ever in college last year when his first shot soundly landed on the side of the backboard and all the ensuing things. And there were unbelievable stories like that the whole way. It was really special. So kudos to our guys, man. I'm super proud to be a part of it.
And then a couple nights later, you had a lot of those same folks probably in the stands and in Norman supporting you against Oklahoma.
Not quite as happy a night.
Well, but still, you had people there pulling for you.
Yes, we did.
As you always do on the road. So you've hit the halfway mark of the Big 12 schedule suddenly.
More importantly, and finally, my mother-in-law is here, Ann Archibald, the spouse of the great Lynn Archibald, who coached here at BYU and coached at University of Utah. Are we getting some footage of Ann here?
Yes, we are.
Can we give it up for Ann?
Ann is wonderful.
She, ever since I dropped out of medical school, she still has not spoken to me. So this is a big deal that she actually came to the show. I'm super happy about that.
Support from her for you, and this is actually a big step.
Dead to me.
Yeah. Well, it means a lot to all of us that you're here, especially him, though, because this is again a rare moment that you're even looking at him. So she's one. I earlier this season she was at one of the games, and she made me feel great. She said that she might actually occasionally hear something I might have done, and that kind of support, Well,
I think mother-in-law is a sacred space in the world of humanity, and G does it just as controversially as you could ever want.
If you can find a mother-in-law that likes you, it is priceless in this world. All right, well, it's good to have all the Popes here. And, little basketball. This begins the second half of your league campaign somehow. How do we get 9 games into this already?
Man, it's just so fun. This is so fun. Like, it's so great. Even, whatever night it was, I don't what night is it tonight, but
we're Thursdays.
Yeah, the other couple, was it last night or the night before, whatever that was.
We played on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The days all blur together. It just is awesome, and this is great. We can't wait to get to the second half, man. Our guys were unbelievable in practice today, and they're loving every second of this too. And this is really special, and we're right in the hunt. And we've had a great first 2/3 of the year, and can't wait to get to the last third and then see where it takes us.
You had 5 road games in the first half. I like to think of it as you get a bonus home game now in the back half. You get 5 home games on the back half.
And we love that. We get 2 in a row here at home against 2 great teams in what I think is the best arena in the country, and so it's good stuff.
So many fans saw you get through this last road swing without one of your best players, and then with one of your guys at kind of half speed, and so how are Ali and Noah and the rest of the guys doing?
Ali was great. For the first day today in about 10 days, Ali was in a full sweat because he worked out, not because he was in cold sweats.
It wasn't a fever sweat, yeah.
So that was awesome. I think all the guys are so happy to see that. Noah is feeling better. He is still... he had a heroic effort both games. In fact, at Oklahoma, literally at tip, it was kind of like, we were like, do you think you can play at all? And I was thinking maybe we get 2 minutes out of him. We got 22 and 8 rebounds and an unbelievable defensive effort. And today, one of the things with him being sick is he's dropped a few pounds. And so today we do, to start practice, we do shooting. And so my assignment today was to stand by Noah. And I literally, this is not an exaggeration, I had a bottle of water, a chocolate-covered granola bar, and some energy juice. And so after each shot, we would pump him full of stuff. It's really true. We did it. And
you were a human pit stop today.
And he had a great practice. So this is what we do. It's essentially motherhood for 22-year-olds.
Yeah, it's for big guys. Well, since we last gathered here in Studio C, you did go out and play 2 games, both on the road. The 2-game swing opened in Morgantown, West Virginia. Let's go back and check out some highlights and stats presented by Intermountain Health. BYU at WVU, and we're going to look at individual highlights for both games. And Foose, wow, what a game. 10 of 15 from the field, made all of his free throws, a 24-9 game, and a plus 22 for Fuseni. I guess after this one, I kind of felt, you know what, he's back.
Yeah, I mean, he's back in a huge way, in a really, really difficult matchup, in a great gym against a team that was on fire. And Foose was he was beyond incredible. It was really impressive. A ton of credit to him, a ton of credit to Colin Terry, who did a lot of his individual prep work for this game, had to deal with some complicated things in this game, and he was great.
Richie Saunders, 4 of 6 from deep, ends up scoring 17 in the West Virginia game. Yeah,
in a game where, Noah was, like I said, this weekend was really hard for Noah. Richie really stepped up and was huge in this game. He continues to be one of the most efficient offensive players in the entire country, and was great finishing at the rim, was great shooting the ball, and gave us incredible energy.
Spencer Johnson had a 15-point game with 4 rebounds and a couple of steals. By the way, go ahead, Coach.
No, I was going to say that was one of his biggest plays. So we're down 13-8 early in the game. We're trying to find 13-6 early in the game, trying to find ourselves. And Spence had a wedge, an offensive rebound attempt all the way from beyond the 3-point line in transition, came up with that and finished that, and just kind of made us feel right. And the same thing later in the game, coming up with that steal in the backcourt. He was huge in the game.
Jackson Robinson, 12 points. He made 4 threes on his way to a plus 15. He's the one guy on your team, Coach, that has made at least 1 3 in every Big 12 game so far.
And he made 2 huge ones down the stretch. And he was so good. He was actually, I think this was probably his best defensive game he's had. He was unbelievable in the gap all night long. Like, he had his fingerprints on our defensive effort the entire night. He was really special.
Then there was DH, and yes, he made the dagger late, but a career high 12 assists to 1 turnover, and he played more than 35 minutes.
Yeah, in fact, after this game, going into Oklahoma, Porter Moser made the comment he's clearly one of the best, most talented point guards in the country, and And Dallin was extraordinary in this game in terms of kind of being the maestro on the floor. He kind of found ways to get guys going in every possible scenario, and of course made a couple huge shots. And he was really good. In fact, I think his performance in West Virginia game probably dictated some of the thinking behind how Oklahoma approaches defensively.
Final stats is BYU wins this one by 13 on the road, and that's a tough place to play. Kansas had already lost there. Texas had already lost there. And the video we just saw there, great shots of just that massive span of a roof. What a unique and cool venue to play in and win in, right?
Yeah, hopefully you guys are all going to get a chance to travel to West Virginia for a game. It's special, man. It's awesome. It's the home of Jerry West, the logo. I mean, if you know the NBA logo, that's Jerry West's silhouette that is the logo, and Hot Rod Hundley and Rod Thorne and so much history there, and a community that just loves the game of basketball. And it was fun for us and the BYU fans that were there. It was actually really special.
Really neat experience. Well, the Cougs traveled from Morgantown to Norman on that Sunday. Had the Fireside Sunday night like we saw. Practice Monday, then took on the Sooners on Tuesday. The game did go OU's way, but let's take a look at a couple of individuals from that game who played well. And we look at Foose again. And again, Foose is getting starts now with Ali not able to travel. You turn to Foose in back-to-back games for starts, and Foose played well again for you. 21. He drew 5 fouls as well in this game, played nearly a half hour worth.
Yeah, Foose clearly had a huge impact on this game, and actually there was more left on the table for him, and especially, there will be teams that the way they guard us is just kind of specifically designed to kind of make it a two-man game all night long, and we're good at that, and we're going to continue to get better. I think we'll see that look more often. Oklahoma was able to keep us under 33s, and I think that's going to be a real point of emphasis for a lot of teams. And so we'll continue to get better and better at this two-man game.
This is the day when Dallin Hall got hot from 3-2. Beautiful pocket pass to Foose there, but he had 4 threes on the night. And on the road trip, he has the 17 assists, 12, and then he comes up with 5 in this one. And you're asking him to play a lot of minutes right now and do a lot of different things.
Yeah, and he again, like a lot fell on his shoulders in this game without Ali there, and the way that Oklahoma decided to play us, and he really responded. He kind of had the back-to-back threes, and towards the end of the first half to give us a lead, and then was great as a playmaker also.
Spence went 10, 4, and 4 points, rebounds, and assists, and multiple threes in this game, and he's played more than 30 minutes in 4 of his last 6 games. Spencer Johnson just kind of unreliable for you.
Yeah, he got to work in the post. He had 3 post possessions, 2 which were really successful. He hadn't been in that space very much recently, so that was really helpful. It was a good matchup for us, and he was able to make plays out there, and he was actually brilliant in ball screens. We should have gone to him more. Kind of on the weak side on our transition kind of flow offense. He was really, really, really good, and has been playing great basketball.
No surprise that the 3-point number was down a bit, because that's what Oklahoma does. It's been 48 games since somebody made 10 threes in a game against them.
Yeah, and they had a good game plan against us, and it was surprising actually. It's not the way that they play, but it was effective, and we just couldn't quite manage it as well as we wanted to.
You look back at that game. You probably did a brief, kind of postmortem before moving on. No time to really look back on it. Anything that stuck out to you afterward that didn't that night, or did you kind of see what you saw?
Coach Fennell, who also is really, really sick right now, but is kind of fighting through it. His quote, I'm going to try and get this exactly. He's a great coach and a great human being, and we're so blessed to have him here. But he says this was yesterday morning. This was yesterday morning as we were starting our first full staff recap. And he said, I know that I'm normally the gloom and doom guy, but we actually had a lot of great defensive clips in this game against Oklahoma, and it certainly bore out that way. To Oklahoma's credit, they made a lot of really, really tough shots that are the shots that our defense is designed to force teams to make, and they just made really hard shots. They did a lot of other really good things also, but there was a ton of good stuff to take from that Oklahoma game, even though we certainly did not come away with the outcome we wanted.
All right, well, that was a jam-packed first segment. We got a jersey display. We got a mother-in-law. We got a lot into that.
That was awesome.
She's still there.
I still had more, too. Like, we didn't get to Coach Robinson's 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, Stanford posted that it was a 20-year anniversary of The Shot. At Stanford, they call it The Shot.
Do we have time for that?
You know what? We've got enough time left in the show that if Hema can work his magic, maybe we squeeze it in between now and the end of the program.
Hema, do it, baby.
Now, how about this? How about we go right to it?
Okay, this is Nick Robinson. Right there. End the game last second. You see him laying on the ground. Now, this game was huge. This was for the Pac-12 championship to seal it and to secure a #1 seed overall in the NCAA tournament with Tiger Woods sitting courtside on the front row. This happened 20 years ago and a day ago.
And that's Coach Nick Robinson on the runner.
Coach Nick Robinson. How lucky are our guys to be able to be coached by this cat? What?
And Stanford, as part of that social media, they had, I think, an oral history, anatomy of the shot, everything that went into it. And it's still cool that he stays famous, thanks to that shot. Yeah, it is awesome. All right, let's take a break. We have to, I think. This is your reminder that your day-to-day Cougar Sports play-by-play happens on BYU Sports Nation. Join Spencer Linton and Jerem Jordan weekdays, noon Eastern, on BYUtv and BYU Radio. When we come back, Deep Blue will profile BYU sharpshooter Trevin Nell, and Atiki joins us live in Studio C as BYU basketball with Mark Pope continues. Stay with us.
BYU basketball with Mark Pope is presented by Siegfried and Jensen, helping Utah families for over 30 years, and Intermountain Health, official medical provider for BYU Athletics.
All right, welcome back to Studio C at BYU Broadcasting. Well, Trevin Nell, known at BYU as the shot doctor, knows what it takes to make consistent shots. When an injury threatened to derail his abilities and maybe some of his future, he discovered helping in healing his teammates around him. Here tonight, Deep Blue on Trevin Nell.
My hands would shake before games. My legs were jello. I couldn't eat before practices. I couldn't eat before games. I couldn't sleep before games.
I don't know if anyone realizes how hard it is to be a BYU athlete. I didn't until I married one.
They've got way more public pressure, way more public scrutiny. A lot of people on message boards, internet saying, hey, this guy isn't performing it the way we want because they care about their team.
There's a difference between anxiety and being nervous. A lot of people told me, oh, you're just nervous. Those are just good nerves.
It was that constant pressure of am I good enough? Will I perform? Will I be able to make my shots? Especially as a three-point shooter, you're known oh, you can shoot. You're gonna make your shots. So if you're not making your shots, that's a lot of pressure.
So for those that are wondering, wow, why is he just on the show and on the sidelines but not on the floor right now? What happened to you and when?
So I tore my rotator cuff tendon. It came down to it, I just needed surgery, so. I was in a really dark place, and my anxiety was going through the roof. I would even question, God, why is this happening to me? I'd almost reevaluate, is this worth it? Is my dream done at this point?
Can I perform at the level I was before? Am I going to be able to make it back? Or what other guys might have gotten ahead of me in the game? Or can I even just play at the level I was?
The emotion kind of took over, and I just was crying pretty hard because of this life moment, this life accomplishment that I was trying to, have.
At that point, you have to make a decision. How are you going to proceed? Are you going to go hide in your room? Are you going to go get involved in something else? Or are you going to come suffer through every day with the team? You're force-fed the fact that you're missing, that you have to miss the whole year.
He's like, you have two options. You can either see how you can make this better and see the positive, or you can be in this dark place. And he's like, the team needs you. I want you to be a part of the team. I want you to be around as much as possible.
Trevin put everybody else ahead of him.
And I found myself, instead of stepping back, to really put both feet into the team.
He took on a bunch of really important roles. One of the things that we jumped into right away was we had a new NOAA system that we were still trying to learn. Trevin was like, hey, let me be in charge of this. I think at some point we even got him a lab coat so he could really be the shot doctor.
One thing that was really good is you were good at getting into my mechanics a little bit. Mm-hmm. You'd just be like, bro, jump. Use your legs or switch your feet or something like that. Just something very small, you're very attention to detail.
Talking to Mike, he always says focus on one thing. Yeah. So I think that translates right to shooting. And so for you is just jump, just a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And I really try to help guys shooting-wise and trying to teach them the scientific way to shoot a basketball, as well as trying to see how I could perform my shot better. So it was a unique way to help the team as well as figure out a way how I can come back better than I was.
As Trev and I started working together, we started working on his shoulder injury, and the more we talked, the more we realized there was a lot more going on that we could help with.
It got to the point where I was saying, I don't even like basketball. Basketball is something that's scary.
What if this goes wrong, or what if I miss these shots? We want to flip that to what if everything goes right?
The anxiety was there, and the surgery was a blessing in terms of I had a whole year and a half of working with a sports psychologist to try to manage my anxiety.
Right, what if those shots go in? What if I take this risk and things go well? So we've been using that all year, and that's brought a lot more joy to the basketball court.
It's been a huge blessing, and it's been a huge confident booster that A, I know I'm not alone. B, I know that I can do hard things and be able to lean on other people and be vulnerable in different situations.
Trev had worked his butt off for the last, as they said, basically 588 days since the last game he played. If it wasn't physical, it was mental that he was working on. So to see him come back, he was a starting player after not playing for a whole year.
The first play of the season back, and Trev comes flying off, and he doesn't even come to a stop before the ball's left his hands, and it's a perfect shot. All of the shot doctor analytics, it barely brushes the back rim.
And once I saw that first shot go in, I kind of looked up and I was like, this is happening. This is I was almost like a gratitude, thank you. Everything I went through is now paying off.
He is making more points than I've ever seen him score. And through it all, we've been there together. We have been through the journey together.
She has been there for me through thick and thin, through the good, the bad, and the ugly.
In fact, it's my grandma who told me that when you meet someone and you want their dreams, you want them to succeed more than yourself, that's true love. And honestly, that's what my shift has been. It was something of, yes, I want to succeed and I want my dreams to come true, but I want Trevin's to as well.
She was an actor. She moved out to LA for 4 years before she met me, and she wanted to pursue that dream. And she had all of her eggs in that basket, and then she met me and she decided to move back here and have her dreams shift for me. The go-getter she is, she opened her own bridal store. And so it's really unique to be able to see somebody with the same drive and the same passion that I have.
It's kind of been the shift of I want us to succeed together.
She had no doubt in her mind that I would be better than I was before. And so to be able to have that support is amazing, and it's really helped me to grow and become the person I am today.
When life doesn't go the way we imagine, I think we learn to adapt and we learn to say, you know what? This is God's plan. How can we make it a positive thing?
For the past 500-something days, those days were just adding up and I was meeting God halfway. When you take a step back and see, okay, how can this actually benefit me? How can this be a blessing in disguise? There's so many silver linings, there's so many tender mercies you can find. There's people around you that you can trust, and if all else fails, get down and pray, and no matter what happens, it's in God's plan, and trust that.
We'll let you give the postscript to that one. That was great.
Yeah, come on, that's so good. And it's been pretty special to watch him grow. We've known each other and been together for a long, long time, and it's fun to see their life developing now as a married couple and the incredible things they're pursuing. And it's fun to see how incredibly well he's playing, and it's fun to see what an amazing leader he is on this team. And it's fun to see him as a veteran now who can go 0 for 9 and just be like, yep, I'm good. Let me go bang this 10th and 11th and 12th and 13th and 14th one in a row. And it's been amazing to watch him grow as a defensive player. And I still think he's got a boatload of basketball and business and life ahead of him. And I don't know, I just have this suspicion that someday he's going to end up in one of these seats coaching. He just is. I don't know if he likes hearing that. I don't know if Tatum likes hearing that, but I wonder. He's super special, man. He's really important to BYU and our team, and that was a great vignette of his life.
You just said you've been together for a while, but hopefully it's a while longer because he's got another year after this, right?
Yeah, and he's stuck. He's in the NBA program, so he's really stuck.
Yeah, we're stuck with him, right?
He's stuck. He is stuck here. It was pretty amazing. Everything he went through last year is he started to try and consider what he was going to do with his life. When you look back, it all seems like it fits together perfectly, but he was all over the map. Like, you just don't know. You don't know what to do. And so, you know, and it kind of backed his way into this business program. It wasn't even an option available, but, you know, thanks to a few female soccer players who crushed the program last year, they made it available to more student athletes. But man, it sure seems like after a year and a half of real uncertainty about their future, magically now it seems like moving forward, things are really clear and incredibly exciting, and it's awesome.
Future very bright for the Nels. Great stuff. Well, tonight's special guest here in studio is a Tanzanian by birth and upbringing, an honorary Canadian, I'll say, by virtue of his time spent at an Ontario prep academy prior to playing for BYU. Now in his third season living and playing in America, he's a true man of the world, and it is our pleasure to have him back in Studio C. Please welcome back in Atiki, Ali Atiki. See you again. Welcome back.
Thank you, Coach. What's the thumb?
Oh, I did it again.
No, you gotta be careful.
Good to have you back, Atiki.
Thank you.
We got hammered by the winter weather this week. How did it treat you?
Oh, man. It's not for me.
It's not for you. It's not for you.
It's not for me. Nope. I hate that.
Nope.
Tell you that.
I hate it. End of story.
Nope.
Yeah. Are you driving? Who drives? Do you drive?
I know my fiance drives me sometime.
Yeah.
The GAs, my teammates. But I got my scooter back though, Coach.
Yeah, no scooter. The scooter is retired.
Were there any mishaps?
No, you don't understand, guys. Like, you talk about things that stress out a coach. So last year, I'm looking at my office has windows that kind of overlook this hill, and all of a sudden, like a flash down the hill, I see you know, these little scooters, these little motorized scooters. You just stand there, and there's two little handles, right? You're not sitting down. It's not just Atiki, it's Noah and Atiki on the same scooter going 35 miles an hour. Like, I literally saw my whole career flash before my eyes, as well as their lives.
But we never used that for a long time.
We banished the scooter. Please tell me it's not coming back.
I fix it. So now it's just me. Now it's just me on it. But yep.
That's a lot of length on one scooter with you and Noah together.
Geez.
By the way, who do you live with here on campus? Do you live with teammates?
I live with my GAs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Who are they, by the way? Who do you live with?
Lee, Matt, and Mel.
Okay, right on. That's a good group.
Yeah, they're cool people.
Coach, you approve of the roommate
grouping?
grouping?
All three GAs are new, and
Yeah.
so Atiki was like, let me take them, I'm going to show them the ropes. So he's kind of mentoring these young guys, kind of teaching them how we operate here at BYU. It's been really spectacular.
So you got Matt Santoro, you got Melvin Goins, and you got Leander Ridgway with you.
Yes. Yep.
And you trust him over all those three of them?
Yeah, he's taking great care of them. Actually,
Okay.
the results speak for themselves, because these GAs, in fact, they're going to be on the show sometime soon, but Atiki has really raised them up great, and it's been awesome. And he's got Philadelphia, Tennessee, and Kentucky in the house with him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's training all those guys.
I love it.
Yep.
We get to see you without the wrap on your hand, which is nice because you play with it, right?
Yes.
And how's that? You got was a messed up thumb? What do you got? What do you got
it's
going
my
on?
thumb. Yeah. Messed up over the summer.
Yeah. But you're playing through it.
Yeah, playing through it. Till the end of the season, I'm going to get surgery, so we're almost there. So
I don't want to take it for granted, but you can do a lot of stuff with that. You get, I mean, your alley-oops, it's like nothing's wrong with you.
Yeah, that thing helps a lot. That braces a lot. So when I wear that, when I get hit, I don't feel as much. So.
But still, we've got to credit Atiki for playing through this thing here.
It's unbelievable, guys. Like, he has to have surgery on this thumb, right? Is the day that the season's over, he's going to have it. It's not fully functional. And what he's doing for his team right now is incredible. He's just going out there, and one of the things about Atiki, he just works and doesn't really feel or acknowledge pain. But we would have no chance to be in the spectacular position we are right now without him. And it's awesome. It is an incredible tribute to him that he's doing this for his teammates, and he's tough enough to do it. It's awesome.
Atiki, you probably know the phrase next man up by now, because it's been a lot of games this year where someone gets hurt or someone gets sick and the next guy is into his place. What does it say about this team and this group that you've been able to kind of survive a lot of stuff this year and still play well and win so many games?
Oh, yes. Like, at the teammates, like when someone get like Fus is off for a little bit and says like it's my time to step up. So I got take care of him and just go show up. You know, everybody get injured, people get sick. We didn't have a lead last year, but we had to step up. It's just like, that's our mentality. Like, you always like wanna make sure like if someone is not feeling great, we just say, hey, it's okay, we got your back. So that's what we do.
How would you describe the BYU team's chemistry this year?
I would say we're just a good group. My teammates are amazing, so I love my teammates, and we do everything together. Like, we love each other, take care of each other all the time. I feel like it's super cool.
What does Atiki bring to your team, Coach?
Yep. A ton of joy. A ton of joy. Like, Atiki got just a massive amount of love in his heart. He's got an unbelievable work ethic. Like, he just goes on the court and works and works and works. And he's always about his teammates, man, and making it better. He's grown into a really incredible, special human being.
Atiki, you and your coach went home last summer.
Yep.
Right? Tell our audience and Cougar Nation how that came about, how you decided to head back, and how the two of you ended up together.
First of all, when I came to Canada, it was like 4 years and being home for a little bit. And yeah, that was amazing. It was big time because me and the coach were talking about it for a while. Like, we're gonna have to go home and see your family, see your people back home. So we just planned over the summer and said we have to go and just say hi to bring stuff with my people. So when I went back to Tanzania,
was that your school?
Yeah, that's my school. That's my high school. Yeah, it was in Dar es Salaam, and that's my teacher, my sport teacher actually, basketball. And
she was so proud. Like, first of all, Atiki walks in. We were in Jerusalem. This is where Atiki grew up. Like,
that's my bed out there. Wow. Yep. So.
And there was a hole in the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
And Atiki told, well, why don't you tell the story? Because I saw a big, that's his bed, and there's a big hole in the ceiling. Go ahead, tell the story.
Oh, this is so funny. I used to skip school, and when it's like class time, because it was a boarding school, so you cannot go outside the school, you have to stay in there. So I used to skip classes, and there's this same board, and there's a wall there. I just cut it off, and if it's school time, like class time, or just go up there and hide it. Stay there for like 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, until the class is done. Then come out and say, I was in class. They ask, yeah, I was in class. But when they take attendance, I think it wasn't there today. And one day they found me out in there, so it was not good. It was not good. I had to run a lot. And after that, I never done that again. So that was.
Mind you, it's 110 degrees, right, up in this little attic.
It's hot up there. Yeah. Yep. And yep, that's the same school, but it's just they have like high mounts and high school, so it's like can train out there. And
there you are, Coach. With
yes. Yep. And this one is my country. My city. I mean, in Mwanza. So that's the school I grew up to, and.
It was really humbling to be able to watch Atiki go back to his community and see how, like, it felt like he was the president walking around. Everybody was so excited and so grateful and loves him so much. And then Atiki, through his foundation, the Atiki Foundation, had some donors donate computers and some equipment, some sports equipment, and he got to run a bunch of camps there and open computer labs at 3 different schools where he donated computers there.
Yep.
And to watch him not only interact with these kids and speak to the kids, but also teach these coaching clinics, it was humbling. And Atiki has a chance to be an extraordinary leader here in the United States, which he's doing here at BYU on our team. And then he has a chance to be an unbelievable leader in his home country, Tanzania. And it's incredible to watch him do that. It was super humbling.
Yep.
How long were you guys out there together?
Back home? We were there for like 5 days, 6 days, so it was good.
Wow.
You think about modern day pioneers is kind of a term that we used earlier a couple weeks ago. But so Atiki, when he left, you okay if I share this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
When Atiki left Tanzania to come here to the States, he left his mom and his dad and his brother and his whole family. And then 6 months into his tenure in Canada, COVID struck, and soon thereafter his dad passed away. And so it had been 4 years since he'd been able to be home and see his mom at all, and hadn't been home since his dad had passed away. And so it was a really, really special trip for him and his family too.
Well, we're glad you got home, and we're really glad that you're here with us
they're happy
at BYU.
Too, so.
Let's take a break. We come back. We'll have some fun and games with Coach and Atiki and a special guest when BYU basketball with Mark Pope continues. Stay with us. This is BYU basketball with Mark Pope, presented by Siegfried and Jensen, helping Utah families for over 30 years. All right, it is time for another very popular Pope Show game night segment. And tonight we are playing the Nearly Wed game. Yes.
Let's go.
Not the newlywed game, but the nearly wed game. As Atiki is nearly wed, he is engaged to be married to Janae Jamo, and Janae is our special guest on set. Welcome, Janae, to the program. Thanks for doing this, Janae. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, rules are very simple. We will ask each member of this power couple a question about the other person. Ideally, they answer some of these questions correctly. Okay? All right. Question number one.
Atiki is very nervous about it. I'm good.
All right, we're going to ask Atiki a question. He is going to write down what he thinks the answer will be, and then Janae will tell us the answer.
Do I write it?
What's that?
Should I write it?
Yeah, you both write it, actually. So try and keep your answers from each other. Here we go. Atiki, this is for you. The question is, what is Janae's favorite food?
Okay.
What is Janae's favorite food?
This is great.
Okay, we both have answers. Atiki, what do we have? Show yours.
I have to show.
Yeah.
Say it. Sushi.
What does it say?
Yeah, sushi.
It says sushi. Sushi is the answer. Well done. That's the way it works.
I don't know if I spelled that right though, but
Question for Janae. Who is Atiki's favorite musician, musical artist?
Ooh.
Easy.
She says easy. So.
Yeah.
What was your answer, Janae?
Diamond Platinum.
Diamond Platinum.
Diamond Platinum.
And he says Diamond Platinum. So.
Go.
Coach may know who that is. I'll pretend I know who that is. And okay, all right.
Atiki is well educated.
I'll take you later, Coach.
This is for Atiki. What is Janae's favorite movie? Does she have a favorite movie? She seemed pretty confident. She went right to the board on that one.
No hesitation.
What does yours say, Atiki?
I'm just gonna say The Little Mermaid, but I don't know if I read that right. But
The Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid. Wow. Evidently pretty well suited.
A new record.
Yeah, for this show.
Are we killing it?
You are. Question 4. This is for Janae. What is Atiki's ideal vacation spot? Where would Atiki like to go on vacation? This might require some thought. This may not be such an automatic.
You have to be specific.
Okay.
This favorite place?
Yeah, favorite place you'd like to go on vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, this is pretty.
Okay, what did you say, Janae?
I said the beach or Tanzania.
The beach or Tanzania? What did you say?
I said Italy.
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 Yeah.
Well, now you guys have a place to go. You guys know where you could end up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This will be for Atiki.
All right.
Does Janae prefer to? This is a either or.
Yep.
Does she want to go out or stay in? Does she want to go out or hang out? Stay in.
His are easier.
And Atiki says,
Stay in.
stay in.
Right.
Stay in. Very nice. This one goes to Janae. Between the two of you, who's the better cook?
Oh man.
Janae laughed. So there's a story behind this somewhere.
Oh yeah.
What do you say?
I'm better.
Yes, the answer is Janae in both cases. Janae.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Let's have you give them question 7 there.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Heaven help us.
How many get wrong? Just one, right?
Just one wrong. Yeah, you're right.
If you get one more wrong, it's over.
No, that's way too much pressure.
We got it.
So is this for Atiki or Janae?
This will be for.
Oh, it's just both of you. For both of you.
Oh, okay.
Just write down the name of whichever one of you is messier. Who is messy? If you get this wrong, I will be shocked.
Ready?
Who is messier, Janae?
Teak.
She says Atiki, and he says Atiki. Yeah, he says himself, yes.
That's right.
In the kindest way possible, Atiki's mess is legendary, actually.
This is for Janae.
Although his locker is meticulously clean. Like you've crushed it this year.
Go figure.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, ooh.
For Janae.
Janae, what is Atiki most afraid of?
Janae. No, wouldn't be that.
Maybe. Janae was like, that's what he should be afraid of.
What is the Tiki most afraid of?
I said nothing.
Ooh.
And what did... Nothing! Wow, that is great.
What? That is impressive.
They basically
That is
nailed
really
the entire
impressive.
segment.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, guys. On a hand for Atiki and Janae. Well done. We're back with more Coach Pope Q&A next. Stay with us.
BYU Basketball with Mark Pope is presented by Siegfried and Jensen, helping Utah families for over 30 years. Octo Health, decode your DNA, design your destiny. And Ken Garth, we hear you.
Welcome back to BYU Basketball with Mark Pope here in Studio C. Let's get to tonight's Q&A segment presented by Ken Garth. We hear you. We have time for 2 questions here in studio. So if you could give us your name and your question for either Coach or Atiki.
Okay. My name is Cindy Hackett, and my question for the coaches, what is the best gift you have ever given your wife for Valentine's Day?
Ooh.
That's next week.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. And I'm actually looking at Lee to see if she can help me here. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I need to step up my game. It has been that long ago. Yes.
She said it was when you guys shopped for an
But
engagement
watch out
ring.
for next Wednesday because it is on.
Now it's going to happen. Thank you. All right. You're on the mic. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Quinn Connolly, and this goes to Atiki. What got you into playing basketball?
I mean, play like. Say it again. The question.
Yeah, what got you? How did you start playing basketball?
Oh yeah, this is actually an interesting story because I would tell you the story. Started playing basketball when I was 16. I would say 16, 15, but it wasn't that serious basketball. It was just like go on the court and steal the balls and bring them home and go sell them. And make money for food. So I was getting in trouble for that. My coaches just come and say, like, if you don't wanna play basketball, you cannot just come here, steal your balls and bring them home and go sell them. So they give me jersey, they give me everything, shoes. But I would just, like, it was like, I would just start it, like, I want to see how this sport look like and just go there. Like, I may go like one day and ski for like, let's say like 2 months and go back again. And the only thing I do is just take the basketball and jersey and don't bring it back. So it was just interesting. So one day my uncle used to play basketball a long time ago. His name was Shomari. He told me, like, I got this coach in Dar es Salaam, he can come take you and bring you there and start playing basketball like seriously. I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that, you know? So he bring me to that place and it was actually the same thing. Skipping school, do the same thing still. So they get tired of me and say, like, you're gonna take your balls, never bring your balls, take your jersey and you never wanna practice or do anything. And so it was hard on me. It was hard on me and it's like, so if you're gonna keep doing this, I may just send you back to Mwanza, my city. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna take this serious, coach. Just trust me and we're gonna take it serious. So I didn't take it serious until like I was, I don't know, like 17, I'd say, yeah. And I started playing there, and they say we joined like a basketball academy. Mm-hmm. I played there for like I'd say like 6 months, 7 months, and I got a scholarship for this school. They just said, oh, this guy is tall. I may just bring to my school and try and play basketball here for my team. And I went there. That school, the Highview school, the one I was hiding in the ceiling. Yeah, so
yeah, that's what.
Yeah, so
what a story.
I went to that school and started playing, and the coaches they are hard on me. Say like you gotta like do this to get better, to get this place, because they see I have like opportunity to go somewhere far. And I was like, hey, can I do this? I don't know. Let me take it serious. So I started like do my stuff serious. So after that, like in a year, his name Brandon Goble. He came to the park I was playing at, and he sees me and was like, oh man, I may try to work with this guy and try to bring someone to play basketball. So when he came, I want to say, oh, it's a white man came here, so I gotta start doing, take it serious. So I started push myself, do this. I said, like, I may take this kid and bring him to someone to play basketball. And it was just an opportunity, and he got me a visa and everything. And that's
the rest is history. That's an amazing story. All right. Let's quickly get to know the foe for this weekend, presented by Octo Health. Decode your DNA, design your destiny. The next game we're looking at is Kansas State. It is BYU and K-State. It'll be Saturday at the Marriott Center. Trivia for BYU basketball. One quick trivia question. What's the special connection Kansas State has to BYU basketball? And we'll have the answer after this. Final seconds of the show, BYU basketball with Mark Pope. Tonight's trivia question ends us. The question was, what special connection does K-State have to BYU? K-State was the first ever regular season opponent for BYU in the Marriott Center. For Coach, for Atiki, I'm Greg. Have a great night. So long, go Cougs!